at the cabin again today, and I thought I'd come up here and hang out and do some metal detecting. I was told that this was a one-time part of a bicentennial farm. Apparently the guy who currently owns all of this, alright, the guy that owns all of that, his family used to own my land as well, and pretty much all the land around here. And it had been in his family for, well, generation after generation, until his parents passed away and left it to him and his sisters. His sisters decided they didn't want to live around here, and they basically sold all the land except for, I believe, I can't remember whether he kept 68 or 168. You guys be the judge of it. How much land does that look like? Pretty much all the cleared land up into the wood line there is his. Matter of fact, that house across the way there that you can see, that was the house he grew up in. That was his parents' house. So they sold the land, and it was, like 20 years ago, I guess, they sold the land. But apparently my property was one of the sections that was sectioned off and sold. Lester's, which is a big lumber company around me, they bought pretty much everything else. I don't know why this little 6 acres was kept as separate from that, but it's weird. It's like I got 5, almost 6 acres that's dropped into the center of, huge amounts of land. There's a family that owns like 68 acres down that way, and then like Lester's owns the rest, and then the farmer owns everything else that you can see here. So, but he owned a ton of land. I can't remember how much it was, but it was in the hundreds of acres. I mean, he owned all of this, but like I said, his sisters, I think he said he has 6 sisters, and not one of them, he's the only boy, not one of them wanted to keep this land. They all moved out of the area. They had no desire to be here. So he kept what he could keep, I guess his portion, and they sold off all the rest. But like I said, considering it was a bicentennial farm, and I was told that the house up at the very, very corner of this, because this used to be the original Figsboro, this was the main drive that came through this area. I was told that the house up on the corner during the Civil War was actually used as a hospital, and they barracked some troops in this area. So, they said you could possibly find Civil War relics out here. So I bought myself a cheap metal detector, a Royal King. Me and my son Bob one. We watch people metal detect all the time on YouTube, and he thinks he's going to go out and collect mad treasure. So I bought him one, and I bought me one, and I walked around out here this morning, I guess, like, I don't know, maybe an hour or two, and I actually dug up some stuff. Obviously, some nails, and it looks like electric wire fencing, a mystery metal plate. I don't know what it is, but for some reason it was way back in the woods. I don't think that's a Craftsman. I don't know if I can get a return on that. Some shotgun shells, some 410s. That brass right there I think is mine. I honestly think that's mine. It was right on the surface, just under the leaves. I mean, some of them were a little on the ground, but not nothing. Barbed wire. I found a ton of this. This is everywhere. I'm assuming that they had fences all around here. There's a lot of old growth hardware, trees, but there's a whole lot of small stuff too. So they probably had some fields and all back here at one point. Found an old pull tab. I'm assuming it was a beer. Should have been a beer if it wasn't. And these are so hard to dig out. You can't find them in the dirt. It's little 22 slugs, and I dug up more than that on those too. I got sick of digging them. Actually, I dug those right there. I dug them right here. So this big old tree, apparently somebody used to shoot at it. Because right around here it's just littered with those little 22 slugs. So, and they're not mine because, well, I wouldn't be shooting at my house. So, and they've been in the ground a long time, you can tell. But I had some fun with that. I never metal detected before. My dad used to do it. When we lived in the city, he would go to parks and find kids' change with a metal detector. I actually got a little treasure chest inside with all the change and stuff my dad had dug up. But, oh yeah, I found a fuse. It's weird what you find in the woods. Like, you would never think, way back in the woods, you'd find a fuse or, you know, a wrench just laying out in the woods. I'm not done by no stretch of the imagination trying to find stuff out here. You never know. They say they lost Confederate gold, never showed up. Who knows, maybe they tried to bring it up Figsboro and you got lost in the woods. Be sure nice to find it on my land. But anyway, I think it's a good hobby to, you know, it's not over strenuous by no stretch of the imagination. And it's fun. It actually, like, at first I was like, this sucks, you know. But then I kind of got into it. What got me excited was digging up the wrench. I was like, holy cow, if that's out here, you know, who knows what else you'd find out there. Just out in the woods, random. So, anyway, thought I'd give a little video of my new hobby. I'm going to ask the guy on the corner if I can get permission to dig at the old White House where he said it was the hospital. You know, I don't think anybody's ever went out there and scrounged around. There's some there are Confederate graves out there. I've actually went and looked at those, so, you know, there's got to be some truth to the story there. But anyway, hope you all have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace out.